Hello everyone, Scotty from Scotty Tells a Story, and I want to share something interesting with you that I just learned. And it has to do with why toy guns have either an orange plug or an orange stripe on the barrel, and how it intersects with the video game industry. So check this out. This is a PlayStation 2 Gun Con 2. It's a light gun, and it's used to play shooty games on an old CRT TV. And this is a PlayStation 2 Gun Con 2, as it exists in Japan. So here in the US, we had a bit of a moral panic in the 90s about video games and violence and how that's ruining the kids. They might have been onto something. But at the time, I cannot express to you how big this was. This thing ended up in, this concept ended up in front of Congress multiple times. They spent several days debating whether they should or even could ban a particular video game. A video game that would be rated T for teen if released today, mind you. But before they could get that far, Sega, who produced the game, actually pulled it from store shelves, and that kerfuffle led to the establishment of the Electronic Software Rating Board, or ESRB. It's how we rate video games, kind of like how we rate movies. But if you thought that the 90s were the answer to why this thing intersects, you'd be wrong. We actually have to go further back in time and meet a man who was then Senator and future Viagra spokesperson Bob Dole. So Bob Dole had garnered some bipartisan support for a bill that would end up as an amendment, get attached to something else and passed, but it doesn't matter. You can find it under 15 U.S. Title Code 5001. It just basically says the toy guns in the U.S. have to be orange. And the reason for that, meet the Entertech line of child assault weapons. Look at these things. They were heavy, too, because they took batteries, they were motorized, and they could shoot 30 feet at a cyclical rate of 60 revolutions per minute. So here's the sad part, and it deals with real guns, so if that's not your thing, we're just done now, okay? Still with me? Cool. So there were 3 high-profile shootings where kids had these guns and were shot by police officers, which is a completely different story that we don't have time for right now. So because of this, we now have, right, the hunter safety stuff. But who was making these insane Entertech guns? Time for the Scooby-Doo villain mask reveal, because it's every retro gamer's most hated villain of the era. The company that ruined Who Framed Roger Rabbit and Jaws on the NES. It's LJN! So here's a little fun game you can play with yourself. The next time you're watching 1998's Die Hard, when Sergeant Al Powell talks about having shot a child holding what looked like a real gun and he couldn't tell the difference, that fictional child may have been holding a very real LJN gun. See you next time.